Hey everyone, I'm Ellen here at Etrailer.com, and we're going to be taking a look at the Demco Dominator Tow Bar. This is going to be a non-binding tow bar, and it acts as that connection between your RV and your towed vehicle while you're flat towing down the road. So a couple features that are nice and distinguish this from other tow bars is that it is going to have a drop and a rise to the shank. A lot of other ones are just going to go straight into your hitch, and that can cause some issues because really you want your flat tow setup to be as level as possible to eliminate any issues with torque while you're going down the road, keeps everything safe and prevents any kind of undue stress being put on your towed vehicle and also on the hitch on your RV. So by having this kind of dropped down shank, we can make some adjustment, and it usually eliminates the need to have an additional component to give us the drop or rise that we need. It comes out of the box in the drop configuration, since that's going to be the more common way that you'll need to have your tow bar. Typically your RV is going to be higher than your towed vehicle, but you can switch it up so it's in the rise position if it's the other way around, where your towed vehicle is higher than your RV's hitch. Another feature that I like about this tow bar is that it does come with the safety chains. They are attached as well into this little bracket here at the bottom. So it makes it easy to just run those up and get them hooked into place, but they're also not going to hang down and cause any damage to them by them scraping the ground. It's going to keep them where they need to be along the edge of that tow bar on both sides. I'll flip around the other side, you can see that. So that bracket just runs right in there, and it comes like that out of the box. So you don't have to do anything or attach anything to that tow bar to get that in place. Another nice little detail that I like about this is that it has this rod coming out of one of the arms, and that's going to be a nice place to stash our wiring. Typically your electrical connection, it's going to be that umbilical wire that has all your lighting functions and maybe some other accessories depending on your setup. So it's typically going to be that kind of spiral cord, and sometimes you have a little more length than you need and kind of bunch up and hang down and again scrape the ground. So this is going to give us a spot to stash that. You'll just put any excess coils on that rod, and then it comes with a little clip, which they had taped on there, and I just took that off. So it comes with a little clip to put on the end, keep that in place, and it's just one nice little feature to keep your wiring where it needs to be. It does also come with a hitch pin and clip to attach that into your RV hitch. Fits a 2" by 2" hitch, which is pretty standard. You can replace that out with a lock set if you prefer, and you can also get a lock set that comes with pins that also go into the to replace the snap rings, essentially, or what would connect to your base plate. Those can be a really great option because that way you're secured at either end of that tow bar, and that's going to prevent anybody from removing not only your expensive tow bar, but also from getting access to removing your towed vehicle as well. So kind of helps to keep everything secure. You can find those kits here at etrailer.com. It's definitely something that I would look into because it's just a good idea to protect that investment. Some other features of this: it is a non-binding design, so basically that just means that it keeps those arms from getting bound up when you go to detach. The way to release that pressure is by pushing on this little lever here that unbinds the arms so that you can actually get everything run in, and makes it a lot easier to unhook your setup. These arms do articulate up and down as well as side to side. They're kind of set up as like a sideways scissors, so these arms can expand out, they can go up, so you don't have to be on perfectly level ground to get this hooked up properly. Once you do get everything connected and hooked up, you'll just want to drive in a kind of S pattern until those arms fully lock into place. They do telescope out, and then once you kind of feel both of those secure, you'll want to get out, check everything to make sure that it's all locked up tight, and then you can hit the road with this guy. As far as the specs, it has a weight capacity of 7,500 pounds or 7,500 pounds. The tow bar itself weighs about 30 pounds, so it's relatively lightweight. These arms are aluminum, so that helps to save us a little bit of weight there while still maintaining that structural integrity, so they're going to be strong enough to haul that vehicle. As far as other specs, measurements and such, there are 2 hitch pin holes to attach this to our RV, so that kind of makes us have 2 different measurements. But I'm going to give you the measurements going from the outermost hole or the furthest set of measurements. So from that hole, that hitch pin hole, to the center of the pin where we would attach to our base plate, which is going to be out here. When the arms are extended, this is going to be 51 3/4 inches long. When they're retracted, it's going to be 39 1/4 inch long, which is how long it is right now. The clearance measurements, or the distance from the hitch pin hole to where it would first make contact with anything on your RV, from that furthest out hole, it's going to be about 5.5 inches, and then from that same point to the pivot point, or this big bolt here, that's about 12.5 inches. All in all, I think this is going to be a really nice tow bar. If you do want to get a different sort of base plate, since this is meant to work with the Demco base plates, the Classic and the Tabless, you can get brackets to replace the ends here. They are sold separately, but you can get ones for Blue Ox and Roadmaster, so you can adapt that tow bar to those different base plates. Now, this is one component of your complete flat tow setup. You will want to get the other components for that to make sure that you're completely safe while you're going down the road. You can find a lot of information on all those components here at etrailer.com, so check those out. Thanks for watching.